Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WellsCountyVoice.com. Tonight we've got, excuse me, your tickle in my throat.
Oh, I hate that.
Your Bluffton Tigers.
It doesn't happen until you go hot.
Yep, playing your Norwell Knights. That's weird. And as soon as I get my voice back.
You know, it's like when I do a game with Scott. It never fails. I start getting cotton mouth. I got to clear my throat every 2 seconds.
Yeah,
it drives me nuts.
I don't know what happened there. But anyway, this is Greg Van Meter along with Scott Baker and Derek Decker this evening, bringing you the action live from a soggy Bluffton Tiger Den as the freshman game was actually canceled here earlier this evening due to a major leak in the gymnasium roof, and the JV game was delayed by about 5 minutes as they actually have buckets hanging from the ceiling to collect the leak. And hopefully there's the bucket's big enough to contain the leak, Scott, as looks like a pretty good-sized bucket up there.
It does. I was talking to Scott Johnson, ironically, about that when we first got here. And he's like, believe it or not, this roof has been leaking like that since they built the school.
Wow.
I didn't know that because usually this time of year you're not getting rain.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
And either it's a bad fix job or they haven't gotten it fixed, one of the two. But apparently they've been fighting this ever since the school was constructed. So.
Well, as you know, if you've been outside today, it is a balmy 60-plus degrees. We've gotten a lot of rain today. And, Derek, I'm really concerned I may have to mow before it's all said and done.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. On our way through Bluffton, actually, people were really slowing down going through there. You had really standing water, after wheels covered and all that sort of stuff. So it's a pretty entertaining drive for December. But as my father mentioned, you know, if it was colder, it'd be a foot of snow.
That's exactly right. And for that reason, we're glad it's rained. Decent crowd here tonight at Bluffton for this contest between the 6-0 Bluffton Tigers and the 3-4 Norwell Knights. Norwell's won their last 3 basketball games and had a very good win at DeKalb, or against DeKalb, I should say, at home. Of course, I missed all of the action last week as I was in Cancun, Mexico, but I did follow you, the archive. I was able to get wireless connection down there for a while, and you and Noah did a great job. I appreciate you covering for me.
Yeah. It was a good one. It was a really nice game.
Yeah.
Real good comeback for Norwell. They were down as many as 14 in the first half and then came back and won a 53-50 thriller right towards the end. Of course, our JV game came down to the wire here as well.
Yeah, tonight.
It was 27-24. Is that what it was?
That's correct.
Always
Norwell,
a good game. Always a good game. Throw out the record books tonight.
That's for sure. Norwell came from behind to win that JV game. They were down 24-20 with under 2 minutes left on the clock. Scored 5 points on one possession.
Wow.
A couple of three-point play attempts, and ended up pulling out the win. But to get back to the varsity, Norwell's other 2 wins were against Southern Wells and Eastbrook. Bluffton, on the other hand, has not tasted defeat yet. They're 6-0, and they've accomplished that by defeating Eastbrook, which is a common opponent with Norwell. Blackford, who hadn't won a game in 2 years.
Yeah, they're bad.
South Adams, Monroe Central, Southern Wells, and Garrett. Garrett and Blackford, of course, being 3A schools that Bluffton has defeated so far this year. Coach Lysing, Scott, appears to have a crew that's back and ready to compete. I know they've lost 23 games over the last 2 seasons, but so far so good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I never in my wildest dreams thought this team would be 6-0 to start the year because they lost a lot from last year. They're quick. They can shoot the 3 ball. They're good on defense. If Norwell wants to have a good shot to win this game, I wouldn't say easily, but win it, press the crap out of them.
Yeah. They
struggled against South Adams. South Adams is a good ball team. They ran a 2-2-1 press that whole game. We couldn't get the ball over the center court line for the fourth quarter.
Is that right?
It was crazy.
Huh.
And Monroe Central tried it. Monroe Central is a good ball team too, but yeah, pressure defense the Tigers, keep them off the boards. We're small, but we can rebound.
Well, I think probably a big part of the reason they're 6-0 so far, Scott, is senior Grant Pribble.
Oh, absolutely.
The 6-foot senior averaged 13.5 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists last year. MVP of the team and 2-time all-conference player.
Yeah.
He's a mainstay for this Tiger squad.
What's kind of funny about Grant, the past 2 or 3 games, he started off the first quarter with 2 fouls. Coaches left him in, and he hasn't fouled out yet. Even in the 4 overtime game.
Wow.
I think it was South Adams was who we played that night. We had 2 kids foul out that entire night.
Wow.
One from Bluffton and one from South Adams.
Wow.
And it was just, they were letting them play, which that's the way you should.
Yeah, oh yeah, you like to see that.
Grant is very, very important.
Very smart player.
Yes.
Listed at 6 foot. He can shoot it, he can drive it, he can play good defense. And he's a big part of the reason, too, I think that Bluffton's a 8-point favorite tonight, according to Harrell. Harrell's prediction, 62-54. I think you're right, though, Scott. You made a great point earlier. You can really throw out the records, throw out the rankings, everything when it comes to this rivalry between these two squads. It's right before Christmas.
Yep.
Really the only game this week for both these teams. Of course, Norwell playing in a tournament next week. And I'm not sure if Bluffton is or not.
The ACAC, they used to down in Anderson or somewhere, but the ACAC is coming up here in another
That's not
month.
until January.
So I thought it was another month or so.
Bluffton's not in action until the day after, January 2nd. And Norwell will be playing at, I'm not sure which location they're at. I think they're at Huntington North.
They're definitely going to be at Huntington for all 4 games.
And that's next Tuesday.
That's Columbia City tournament?
Columbia City and Huntington North. So they play at both locations, and I believe they play the championship at Huntington, right? Or is it just round robin?
Well, also the 3rd location in there is Huntington University.
That's right.
Okay.
They are utilizing that facility.
So it's kind of like the SAC tournament.
Similar.
Similar.
Yeah. So Norwell, the last couple of years, has played down in the Richmond tournament. Staying a little bit closer at home this year. So we're excited to bring this to you as the two teams are, Bluffton just came back out on the floor. Norwell will be coming out here shortly. We'll take a quick break here from a couple of sponsors and be back after these words.
Troxel Equipment offers a full line of John Deere equipment. Troxel Equipment features a large inventory of all makes and models of pre-owned equipment that has been well maintained and ready for service. Most of Troxel's pre-owned equipment was traded in from owner-operators. Be sure to ask about our certified pre-owned units. Troxel Equipment has the ability to customize your financing, lease, or installment contracts to meet your cash flow needs. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, or Wabash, or check out our website for our inventory of new and pre-owned equipment. Troxel Equipment, the dealership you can trust.
Christmas puts a special glow in the eyes of children, giving parents and grandparents a lifetime of precious memories. Christmas means brightly wrapped presents, colorful lights, pine cones, and candles. These Christmas thoughts are sent to you with best wishes and a happy holiday from everyone at First Bank of Bern. Your patronage during the past year has been deeply appreciated, and First Bank of Bern looks forward to serving you in the new year. First Bank of Bern, member FDIC.
We repair and we renew. Surgical services at Adams Memorial Hospital, helping you be healthy in every way. We comfort and we deliver. The Maternity Center at Adams Memorial Hospital, helping your family be healthy in every way.
Well, welcome back to the Tiger Den. We're just about set for starting lineups and the national anthem as the Tiger Pep Band is here tonight, so we'll be allowed to let you hear that. I don't know if you guys explained that to the Norwell guys last week, the Norwell fans. Well, what has occurred is that because we use YouTube as a broadcasting device now, they monitor recorded music and for copyright violations. And so any recorded version of the national anthem or any other music for that matter, you're not supposed to play without permission, and normally you would have to pay a rights fee as well. So going forward, we're not able to play recorded versions of the national anthem. Okay. Those of you who've watched Norwell basketball over the years will run a commercial in that space instead, as the PA announcer just finished with the Sportsmanship Award. We'll turn to him now for the starting lineup.
Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the Norwell Knights. Starting for 1 guard, 6'1" junior, number 10, Cody Shively. Second guard, 5'11" senior, number 12, Ian Kissel. Second guard, 6'2" junior, number 23, Quentin Middleton. And forward, 6'3" senior, number 30, Colt Rickenberger. Right now, the next lineup at the guard, 6'3" senior, number 32, Ray Wilson. Knights are coached by Mr. Randy Hawkins. And now, let's get ready to roar for your Bluffton Tigers. The 1 guard, 6'2" senior, number 10, Grant Gribble.
Once again, those starters for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Norwell Knights. It's Shively, Kissel, Middleton, Rinkenberger, and Wilson for head coach Randy Hawkins. 113 wins versus 45 losses in his 7th year at Norwell. For the home team on the scoreboard, the Bluffton Tigers, it's Pribble, Kuhlenbeck, Sturgeon, Barker, and Cole for head coach Kevin Lysing. 322 and 200 in his 24th year overall. Now it's time for our national anthem. Great job by the Tigers pep band. They're on the far end of the gym from where we are, and they still sounded pretty good, Scott.
Yeah, Scott and I talk about this every week. Our band used to probably have 70, 80 kids.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's just...
Yeah, there's, 15 kids down there?
Probably. I can remember my senior year playing Southern Wells in football. Southern Wells had 18 kids on their varsity. Half of them stayed out to play with the band at the halftime. Didn't go in the
There
locker
you go.
room. I will say one thing about Grant Pribble. You guys doing all the games for Bluffton this year. Watch the ball screens they set for him. he doesn't stop. I don't know if they're going to use him as a decoy, but they're always setting a ball screen for him, trying to get him open.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've got him listed at 6'2". Oh, they got him listed at 6'2" now. Okay. I was going to say he definitely looks taller than 6 foot.
Yeah, he's about 6'2" is about right.
Yeah, which is what they had him listed at from last year.
Oh, okay.
So he's grown since last year.
Yeah.
So it's Cole and Rinkenberger in the center circle. Norwell will be coming toward us in this first half. Bluffton going in the opposite direction. And it's controlled by Bluffton in the hands of Grant Pribble, and I think Coach Lysing wouldn't want it any other way, as it appears as though Norwell's in a 1-3-1 zone to start this basketball game.
I would zone him. I would definitely zone him.
Here.
Definitely zone him.
Make him shoot it from outside?
Yep.
That's Kuhlenbeck with the basketball. Now Sturgeon, as they're just content to play catch up top. Norwell not really trapping out of this 1-3-1 with Kissel on the point. Now Pribble gets to the rim, gets the floater up there. No good, and the rebound controlled by Bray Wilson. Cody Shively heading the other way. And Bluffton looks like they're going to be in a man-to-man to start this one. That's typical of Coach Lysing's teams.
Yeah.
They're normally playing 100% man-to-man, trapping out of it when they can, as Middleton tries to get it inside to Rinkenberger. Rinkenberger stuck, kind of just threw it up for grabs, and Middleton able to chase it down. Now Bray Wilson on the left side, being guarded by Barker, gives it up to Middleton. Norwell being pretty content to be patient here in their offense as well, as Middleton pops open for the three and missed it badly. You know, I watched him in pregame, and he was hitting pretty well from beyond the arc. That's Mitchell Kuhlenbeck with the ball. Now in the corner, Sturgeon. Barker, cross-court pass to Pribble. Pribble no good for three, and Barker's going to bat it out of bounds. Barker with some good hops there on the rebound, just couldn't get both hands on it.
Well, we're on pace for some old-fashioned Norwell Bluffton rivalry basketball here.
Yeah, low scoring.
Low-scoring affairs. Yeah.
6:21 left on the clock here in the first quarter. Neither team able to put it through the hoop yet, as Wilson finds an opening for three and drills it. That's the first points of the basketball game as Norwell takes the early lead. Bluffton struggling to get out on Norwell shooters off those little pick and rolls on the wing so far. Coach Lysing will find a solution for that, though, I'm sure, as Pribble tests the baseline, and he's going to be fouled on the drive.
That's one thing I've noticed Bluffton this year, especially when it comes to the press. They like to go to the corners of the court a lot and get trapped like you're just seeing right there. They're bad for that.
The foul called on Middleton. First foul of the basketball game. A quick substitution here for the Tigers. Philip Pearson checks in, 6'2" junior. Pearson in there for Kuhlenbeck. As Sturgeon handling it up top. Knight's now in a man-to-man. I think you'll see a lot of that tonight, Derek. I think you'll see a lot of switching back and forth on the defense as Barker takes care of a little bit of a mismatch there, takes advantage of it, and the Tigers on the scoreboard here early in the first quarter. 5:30 left as Middleton thought about the three, had it batted away, taken away by Sturgeon, and Middleton's going to pick up his second foul. Could be substituted for.
That's going to be Cole Wilson checking in, and he's getting a chance to showcase his skills a little bit this year as a good sophomore, getting a lot of time at the varsity level.
Also for the Tigers, Kuhlenbeck back in there, along with Garrett Walborn.
Yep, coach will sub 3 or 4 at a time the whole game.
So Pribble will be handling it. Barker's still in there as Cole took a seat. Norwell trapping now out of their 1-3-1. Pribble into the middle to Walborn. Now Pribble back on the right wing, able to get away from the trap. On the drive was Pearson. He lost his balance, and a jump ball is going to be called. It'll be Norwell's basketball.
Now, a lot of teams have ran a box and one against Pribble this year. It'll be interesting to see if Coach does that tonight.
I'll tell you what, I can only think of a couple of occasions in Randy's Hawks 7 years that he's run a box and one. just not a huge fan of that.
It's a hard defense.
It is.
It is.
It's hard to keep track of
exactly
where you're supposed to be. Cole checking back in for the Tigers as Kissel handling it. Now he gives it off to Shively. Shively working against Sturgeon. Now Wilson tried to get it inside to Rinkenberger. Nice anticipation there by Walborn. He heads the other way. Can't hit the tough layup.
That was tough.
As Wilson now the other way for the Knights, and he's going to pick up a foul on Garrett Walborn. Good take there by Bray. It was a great steal by Walborn the other way.
Yep, it was.
Just couldn't get that twisting layup to fall.
That was a tough shot. I mean, he kind of went up kind of like a reverse in front of the rim.
Yeah, I really like, and I haven't seen many players do it well this year, because that foul was called on the floor. But I really like seeing players jump stop and get in triple threat position into the basket.
Yeah, Dakota Cole will do that.
Cody Shively now with the basketball for the Knights. Kissel being guarded by Sturgeon. Tried to leave it for Wilson as the Tigers playing tenacious defense. Rinkenberger gets free, and an excellent block underneath by Pearson. However, Cole Wilson comes up with the loose ball, and he'll go to the line after the foul on the Tigers. It's a second team foul, first foul on Philip Pearson. The Knights also with 2 team fouls as we're nearing the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Something Norwell did very well on Friday, and possibly that won them the game, was free throw shooting. They shot really well. They didn't miss in the first half. They were 11 for 11.
Wow.
They finished 16 of 19, and Cole Wilson misses a pair.
Well, the Knights are going to need to convert those, because you figure, as we've talked about, this is going to be a close basketball game.
Yeah. Hey, the Tigers isn't much better from the stripe. They've been shooting about 50% from the games the way it seems.
Wow.
Wow.
Shively's on top of that trap now for the Knights, and he can be a handful with those long arms.
Tall like his dad.
Yes, he is. Nice feed underneath from Pearson to Sturgeon, and the Tigers take the lead with 3:40 left here in the first quarter. The JV game as well, very low scoring, as Bray Wilson's shot blocked by Colin Barker. Quickly the other way, Grant Pribble. Got a 12-foot jumper there for Grant. And the Tigers really getting on the Knights from a defensive standpoint, as Kissel again tries to force it over Pribble, couldn't get it to go, and Barker controlled the rebound.
Yeah, and a game that's being called pretty loosely so far.
Yeah.
You got to make adjustments on offense.
Well, and again, I'd really like to see Ian come to a jump stop there, as going against the much taller Grant Pribble. He could certainly not get it over him. Grant can get off his feet as well, as he'll shoot the 17-footer, and it's well short. I think that's probably the one weakness in Grant's game.
Yeah, he can definitely drive the basket. I know that.
As Bray Wilson gets free for a 2 underneath.
He's got all Norwell's points.
5 of them. Bluffton was 6. 2:25 left here in the quarter. As Pearson gets it out to Sturgeon. Sturgeon being trapped, splits the trap, and a foul's going to be called on Norwell.
They got a break there.
on Cody Shively. As that was not a lot of contact on that foul.
No.
Riley Stauffer checks in for the Knights, replacing Rinkenberger. There was a substitution there for the Tigers as well. Oh, yeah, Kuhlenbeck back in the game, number 20.
Again, the corner.
There's the trap from the Knights, trying to really pressure the basketball. Pribble leaves it for Sturgeon. The Tigers just have to be patient here, because with the Knights really chasing on defense, there's going to be a man open at some point if they're patient enough with the ball. Pribble, there's the man wide open. Sturgeon for 3. It's long, but Barker with another offensive rebound. Now Pribble will launch the 3. No good again. Bray Wilson comes out of there with it, taking it himself, gets all the way to the rim, and lays it up and in. Norwell retakes the lead. Bray Wilson providing all the offense for the Knights so far. He's got 7. The Tigers have 6. Sturgeon being guarded closely by Shively. Both teams playing very aggressive defense to this point. Norwell still in that 1-3-1 trap. It almost looks like a 1-2-2 at this point.
I think you're right. Again, you just don't see those kind of defenses in high school anymore.
Yeah, that's how you beat the defense right there as Pribble finds Barker underneath, and Bluffton retakes the lead.
Cody Shively's injured at midcourt.
I think he took a shot to
where he's bending over.
The upper thigh, possibly even the groin area.
That's never fun.
Yeah.
As they stop the clock for him, so he'll have to take a seat. Cole Wilson, Rinkenberger checks back in for the night.
Yeah, that's a vital piece in the top of the Norwell trap.
Yeah, he's made it pretty effective. I'll tell you where Norwell's trap's breaking down right now is on that baseline, as a great feed there to the baseline puts the Tigers ahead. Wilson doing a lot of the ball handling so far for the Knights. Ian Kissel normally in that position, and Grant Pribble's just done a great job defensively, man-to-man on him. That's Riley Stauffer for 3.
Good shot.
And the seesaw battle continues with 26 seconds left here in the first quarter. That's Kuhlenbeck being double-teamed. Now Pribble. Bluffton being very patient here. They'll take the last shot of the quarter, I'm certain, barring a turnover of some kind.
Oh, I'm shocked there.
That was a 3-ball by Pearson. It wasn't particularly close. Left time for the Knights to get off the shot. 2 seconds. Cole Wilson drains the 3 at the buzzer.
Big shot.
Coach Lyson not happy with that shot by Pearson. The Knights with a 5-point lead to end the first quarter. It's 13-8 here at Bluffton. We'll take a quick break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
Live life to the fullest at Adams Woodwest Villas and Apartments. Make new friends and take part.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360.
Well, back here at a very warm Tiger Den. The Knights leading the Tigers 13-8 after one quarter. Low scoring, kind of expected that. And really got kind of surprised by the lack of execution there by the Bluffton squad.
All year I haven't seen them take a quick shot like that at the end of the quarter. That's just crazy. I mean, no excuse for that.
Yeah, Pearson put it up with about 6 seconds left, and it gave plenty of time for the Knights to set up Cole Wilson for that 3, as Bray Wilson, I believe, is going to draw this foul. He does. That's the team's 4th, his first. Bluffton with just 2 team fouls so far. As Grant Pribble will run things for the Knights. The Knights now in a man-to-man defense, as they've switched several times. Pribble dribbles it off his own foot.
Wow.
And that turnover will give it back to the Knights. He wasn't being guarded particularly closely there. Just got a little bit ahead of himself.
Yeah, again, they're on the baseline and corners. I mean, the whole game. I mean, it's going to come back and really kill them.
Kissel running the Knights offense. Now Riley Stauffer, who's not seen a ton of varsity time for the Knights. Oh, great feed underneath from Cole Wilson. And Stauffer with his 5th point. Well, you can tell Bluffton's defense really hasn't game planned for him, as he's been wide open now for his 5 points. Almost a steal there. And Scott, you talked about the fact that Bluffton's offense struggles a little bit with pressure defense.
It took them 4 quarters to figure out against South Adams to throw over it. You can't dribble through it. You got to go over top of it.
Nice feed there to Pribble in the lane, and Pribble gets the floater to go. Coach Lysing wants a timeout. That's the first for Bluffton. I believe it's a full timeout. It is.
I believe it is.
Yep. We'll take it along with Coach Lysing and be back. The Knights leading here 15-10.
Hotcakes, Better by Design, 2829 East State Road 124 in Bluffton, is a leader in custom screen-printed t-shirts and embroidered apparel. Hotcakes is a company that focuses on taking care of their customers efficiently while offering superior custom garments at an affordable price. Hotcakes handles every step of the design from start to finish in their state-of-the-art production facility. Custom printed t-shirts are a great way to promote your business or club, and the pros at Hotcakes Better by Design will help you with the perfect design. Hotcakes Better by Design on State Road 124 in Bluffton.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564.
The Knights with the basketball coming out of that timeout that Coach Lysing took, and they're just debating the specific merits of a timeout after a made basket as Ian Kissel finds room away from Aaron Sturgeon, and the Knights initially here hot from beyond the arc. They lead 18-10 with 6.5 minutes left here in the half.
I have them for 4.
4 threes already. Riley Stauffer, Ian Kissel, Bray Wilson, I believe, hit one.
Yeah.
Can't remember who hit the 4th.
We got Stauffer, Wilson, Kissel, and I think that's it.
Oh, as that ball's thrown out of bounds.
Wow.
Pearson trying to hit Cole on the cut to the hoop. He had an opening. The pass, unfortunately, for the Tigers was right at the feet of Dakota Cole. He really didn't have much of a chance to corral that. Another turnover on Bluffton gives Norwell an opportunity to build on an 8-point lead. Norwell's going to be patient here against this Bluffton Tiger man-to-man defense. Grant Pribble still sticking like glue to Ian Kissel. Fighting through picks here on this right side as Bray Wilson works on Colin Barker. Barker steps out to cut off the drive there by Stauffer. Good defense by Barker. Cole Wilson on the drive. Gets it to go.
Good play.
Good strong take there by Cole Wilson. The foul's going to be called on, I believe, Dakota Cole. That's his first, team's third. Bray Wilson's going to take a seat for the Knights. Philip Pearson for the Tigers. Rinkenberger back in for Norwell. And Mitchell Kuhlenbeck back in for the Bluffton squad as Cole able to convert the three-point play the hard way. He's 1 for 3 now from the line. Boy, look at the pressure Norwell's putting on in those traps.
Yeah, they're forcing them right to the corner again. I mean, it's...
Cody Shively back in there. Wind was knocked out of him a little bit earlier. There's another errant pass. That's going to be off of Bluffton, out of bounds.
That's their 4th turnover.
Norwell will get it back. It was off the feet of Grant Pribble.
One thing about the Tigers, they've been down a couple games in double digits this year.
Wow.
And they will not quit playing.
Oh, yeah, you really expect that of a Coach Lysing team.
Exactly.
As they're down 11 right now. Norwell up 21-10, 4:55 left in the half. Nice backdoor cut by Kissel.
Move.
And a great pass underneath to Rinkenberger. Good ball movement by the Knights. Coach Lysing wants another timeout as he trails by 13. I think it's another full timeout. It is. We'll take it along with the Tigers and be right back.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
Well, Coach Leising has taken 2 full timeouts, and he's only used about half of them on each occasion. So Bluffton now down to 3 timeouts left as they lose the basketball again. This time it's Dakota Cole with the turnover. Quickly the other way. That shot blocked by Grant Pribble on the take by Cole Wilson. Grant coming over from the weak side to chase him down.
You know, Greg, I had to triple check myself during the timeout. I have Norwell 9 for 10 from the field.
Wow.
Wow, that's really good.
Think about they're all layups.
Yeah,
except
for the threes, yeah. That's Wilson inside. He draws the foul. That'll be on Mitchell Kuhlenbeck. And I'll tell you, Coach Hawkins has a great game plan. They are not attacking Grant Pribble at all on this end of the basketball court. Everybody but Grant Pribble.
Exactly.
And Colin Barker. They haven't gone at him much either, as Wilson able to knock down his first one.
Yeah, Norwell getting a ton of their points in the transition game. They're getting them all off of live ball turnovers. Bluffton's got to cut down on those as Cole Wilson misses his second free throw.
Well, and the Knights also taking advantage a little bit of Bluffton's defensive ferocity. They've gotten several backdoor baskets as they almost lost it again underneath. Dakota Cole forces it up, missed badly. It's out of bounds off Barker, and it'll be Norwell's basketball. Norwell's zone trap really befuddling the Tigers right now.
South Adams didn't trap out of it. They just trapped in the press. But, yeah, hey, it's working.
Over halfway through this second quarter, Bluffton's only put 2 points on the board. Brinkenberger gets the basketball up top. On the drive, the floater good. Everything going right now for the Norwell Knights. They've got a 16-point lead here on Bluffton's home floor. As Pribble, they have started passing over the top of the zone now a little bit.
Yeah, you have to.
Pribble with the elbow jumper, no good. He's struggled from the field so far tonight. Cody Shively the other way. The kick to Bray Wilson for 3. Good ball movement as he threw up an air ball there. That'll be Bluffton's basketball. Off of Cole Wilson.
All right, Bluffton's got to be real careful here. You know, you let this thing slip away from you in the first half, and you got a really tough task ahead of you, digging yourselves out of a hole, especially in a relatively slow-paced game.
3:05 left here in the second quarter. Colin Barker's now come out to help with that pressure well beyond the 3-point line. Aaron Sturgeon, we've not seen much from him so far offensively. Bluffton almost looking a little timid in their offense here against Norwell's.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
defense.
I've seen almost all their games this year, and this is the most out of sync that I've seen them look all season. But that's going to Norwell's defense.
Norwell's done a good job, although Cody Shively draws a foul there. I believe that's his second foul.
His second, correct.
5th on the team. He'll take a seat now as Riley Stauffer comes back in. And Riley Stauffer has given Coach Hawkins some quality minutes so far tonight. Oh, nice pass underneath. Wow. Almost stolen by Colt Rankenberger. It'll remain Bluffton's ball.
Yeah, because I go back to how we keep the ball, getting the ball in the corners. Like I told Scott a few weeks ago, that's an extra defender.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you're
the
stuck.
Third man.
Exactly.
Yep. As Pribble trying to make something happen. Nice drive along the baseline. That should have been a traveling call. Got away with it, and now he's going to get a foul. As Grant showing a little bit of frustration there. Reached in unnecessarily. That'll be his second foul.
I've only seen one other player do that.
No, it's his first foul.
I'm sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
Jalen Smith, when he played for Lures, shot a layup in sectional, caught the ball on the other side in the air, and put his own shot in.
Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah, it's supposed to be traveling.
They didn't call it.
If it doesn't touch anything. You're right, Scott. As Stauffer open for 3 again. buries it again. And I tell you, nobody's guarding Riley Stalker.
They're not.
Well, he wasn't in the scouting report. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Derek.
That's what you need is an unknown player, unsung player to step up.
Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what you need is somebody who normally don't step up a lot to have a big game in a game like this.
Good pass underneath to Cole, and Cole took it. Did not take that basketball up strong to the hoop. Missed it, and Norwell up 19 points with under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Bluffton, remember, 6-0 coming into this one. Colt Rinkenberger should not be dribbling the ball between his legs.
No.
He was very fortunate to be bailed out there.
He shouldn't be that far out from the basket anyway.
Yeah.
I talked to his dad before the telegas. I went to school then.
Okay. As I'll tell you what, Colt's done a great job this year. Hadn't played before, helping out after a very successful year on the football field. In the corners, Cole Wilson looking for help. I think Bluffton's defense has even softened up a little bit here with a 19-point deficit.
For sure.
Norwell taking their time. Ian Kissel to the hoop, but good defense by Grant Pribble. Ian can't score. Pribble the other way, and Norwell staying in that 1-3-1 trap. Kissel on the baseline has done a good job of being active back there. Sturgeon on the turnaround, kind of an off-balance shot, but a good offensive rebound by Pearson. Leaves it for Pribble, and Pribble will go to the line.
I didn't see it. Was he shooting?
Yes,
yeah.
He was.
Okay.
The foul was on Kissel. That'll be his first, team sixth.
Yeah, if you notice, a lot of our shots are coming 10 to 15 feet away from the basket.
Yeah.
We normally get them in the paint. Like what you guys are doing to us is what we normally do to the other team.
Okay.
So it's just flip-flop.
Which is interesting because Norwell doesn't have a large size advantage. Actually, neither team really much of a size threat inside, but it's all about penetration.
Yeah.
Pribble will try to give Bluffton just their 4th point in over 7 minutes of play here in the second quarter. He does. Cuts Norwell's lead to 17.
Got to think Norwell's going to try to play for one here.
Well, I would think so. Up big as they are right now. As Kissel and Wilson up top. Coach Lyson begging for the counts to be started early, and he should. Nice cut by Bray Wilson. Can't get the layup to go, and that's a missed opportunity for the Knights. First really close-in shot that they've missed so far tonight. 23 seconds left. Pribble weaving around the defense. Got off his feet, but a good pass underneath to Pearson. 14 seconds left. Kissel the other way for the Knights. 10 on the clock. Being guarded by Pribble. Now 6. Kissel drives, forces it up.
Wow.
He's blocked by Pribble. Ooh. Good defense. Pribble with the half-court shot. It's off. And Bluffton with a little mini run. They scored the last 4 points of the quarter. And yet Norwell dominating this first half of play. They lead the Tigers at halftime 29-14. We'll take a break, figure up some stats, and be back with your halftime show after these words from our sponsors.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let me, Kevin Beatty in Bluffton, help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with me handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money too, because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, Kevin Beatty in Bluffton, today and get to a better state with State Farm. 824-1928.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair, brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
All repair shops are basically the same.
False. There are substantial differences among repair shops. Some have made large investments in equipment and training, others have not. Always do your homework when selecting a repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com.
At Warren Pharmacy, we offer local delivery, accept hundreds of prescription insurance plans, offer special ordering for hard-to-find items, have home health care and convalescent supplies, stock Nature's Bounty, Windmill, and basic vitamins, and Nature's Sunshine nutritional products, along with many other services provided. Warren Pharmacy, 222 North Wayne Street in Warren. You can reach them toll-free at 800-895-7035. Warren Pharmacy, we're big enough to meet your needs, yet small enough to know your name.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has Friday Night Trio League for ages 4 through 19 with sign-ups going on now. This 10-week league is at 7 p.m. on Fridays for $8.25 per week for 3 games and shoes. Also on Friday, it's Friday Fun from noon to 6 p.m. Bowl for just $1 and shoe rental is only 50 cents. The Bowling Center, 1231 South Scott Street in Bluffton. Visit bowlbluffton.com.
La 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 la.
Hey Jane, what are you so happy about?
Well, I am happy and excited for Christmas this year. Don't you realize that we have the best selection of gifts at Daniel's Jewelers this Christmas?
Hi, this is Dan and Jane from Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton. And Jane's right. Daniel's Jewelers can help you with the gifts she'll really want this Christmas.
You can't go wrong with diamonds, shimmering pendants, tennis bracelets, or the new Together diamonds when 1 + 1 makes us. You can choose the latest silver fashions and our Steelex line, stainless steel jewelry under $100.
If you're tired of all the high pressure at the mall or someone trying to sell you a designer name rather than a quality piece of jewelry at an affordable price, come and experience Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton on Highway 1 just north of Lowe's.
Daniel's Jewelers, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Hyundai Motors is celebrating 40 years of serving Wells County and the surrounding area with an outstanding selection of low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs that are in fantastic condition. And their ASE certified technicians in the service department offer oil changes, brakes, AC tune-ups, as well as a full line of replacement parts and tires, and are the best in customer satisfaction. Visit HyundaiMotors.com to browse their inventory of new and used vehicles.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den. It's halftime here. Norwell with a 15-point lead, 29-14 over the Tigers. The Tigers with 8 points in the first quarter, just 6 in the second quarter. And this game so far, guys, has been all Norwell. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker and Scott Baker. Some really outstanding, interesting stats here in the first half. Norwell just on fire from the field, Scott.
Yeah. What was it, 12 for 15 from the field?
Yeah, that's what you had them for. Beyond the arc,
5 for
71%.
5 for 7.
The other thing that kind of stuck out to me, Bluffton from beyond the arc, 0 for 5.
That's uncharacteristic for them.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
That's Norwell's defense right there. I mean, it is.
Bluffton also shooting 46% from the field overall, according to our stats. The one area that Bluffton doing very well at, they're 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Norwell 2 of 5. So not a lot of free throws being shot by either side. In fact, it hasn't been called really closely. I think there was only 10 or 11 fouls called in the first half.
Yeah.
From 10.
That's all.
From a rebounding perspective, Bluffton leads the Knights in that category 8 to 5, as you should be able to see on your computer screen at home. And the other area that, and this is almost all due to Colin Barker, he's had the majority of these blocks. Already 4 blocks for this Bluffton Tiger team, Scott.
I think that's the most we've had in one game so far this year, if I can remember right.
And what's probably hurt him as much as anything, Bluffton with 7 turnovers to this point in the game. Norwell with just 3, and that's a big part of this one so far.
A lot of points off of turnovers. I didn't keep track of that, but I know that they have. I mean, especially at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
That three-pointer, I mean.
That was huge.
It was huge.
Why don't you run through the individual scoring there, Scott?
Okay. For Norwell, I have Ian Kissel with 3, Cole Wilson with 7, Riley Stauffer with 8, Colt Rickenberger with 4, and Bray Wilson with 8. For Bluffton, I have Pribble with 6, Sturgeon with 2, Pearson with 2, Barker with 4.
Yeah, and Grant Pribble has struggled from the field so far. We've got him 2 for 6 to this point, right?
Yes.
And he has not hit a three-pointer, and I know that's a big part of his game.
It is. It is, driving to the basket and his threes. Doesn't seem like they're setting as many ball screens for him as they have in the past few games, but that's Norwell's defense too.
It's tough against his own trap.
It is, and they haven't really ran into that all year. Like I said, just on the press only.
Yeah.
But as I made the comment several times, they keep going to the baselines and sidelines. That's an extra defender.
Yeah.
That's what almost killed them against South Adams. They finally figured it out and got the ball in the middle of the floor.
You got to keep the ball in the middle of the floor and look baseline.
Exactly.
And Derek, I got to tell you, very impressed with Coach Hawkins' game plan so far.
Oh, great game plan.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, Riley Stauffer has been a great asset in the first half. Something we haven't seen out of this kid the entire year.
8 points.
8 points.
Yeah, and he's tied for the lead, I think, for points.
Yes.
For Norwell, and he's becoming a good asset for Norwell on offense. He's playing good defense at the top. He's a good backup at the top of the zone for Cody Shively. He's long. He's not as quick as Cody, but he does a good job defending. He's in the spots where he's supposed to be on defense. And then on the other thing, you got to keep, if you're Norwell, you got to keep the foot on the accelerator in the second half. It's a rivalry game.
I agree.
It's something you have to do. Any kind of game like this. Records, we talked about at the beginning, records don't matter. Sagarin ratings don't matter.
Yep.
It's about these two teams on the hardwood, and anything can happen, especially when you're on the road.
Yeah, and this one a long way from being over. I totally agree with you that Norwell has to keep their foot on the gas. If they try to put it in the deep freeze, I think that's to Bluffton's advantage.
Yeah, I agree. And like I've said, this is the most timid that I've seen Bluffton's offense look all year. I don't know if they're not able to figure out the zone trap or if Norwell's getting in their head that much to where they're losing confidence. I mean, I was looking at the bench before halftime over there. They're all looking down at the floor. So, I mean, either something's got to change or this is going to be a 20, 30-point game real quick.
Well, last year, Norwell won this contest at the Castle, 63-40.
Oh, wow. I wasn't aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, and, certainly we were not anticipating that this evening because Bluffton with a perfect 6-0 record coming in. But, these teams seem to trip each other up in those kind of years consistently. The year that Norwell went to the state championship.
They had 2 losses. They lost to Bluffton and Homestead.
Yep.
And then Dearne Catholic in the state.
Those were their only 3 losses. I think 25-3, maybe 26-3.
Yeah.
It was highest winning percentage, I believe, or second highest all time for the Norwell Knights, and Bluffton won that game by a point.
That was a great year Norwell had.
It was a great game.
Great year. Yeah, it was.
And tonight, if the Knights are able to hang on, it definitely would be an upset of these Bluffton Tigers, even though Norwell a 3A school, Bluffton a 2A school.
It doesn't matter.
We're just about set for the second half. On the floor for the Tigers will be the original starters, I believe, Barker, Pribble, Cole, Kuhlenbeck, and Sturgeon. For Knights, Quentin Middleton's out there to start the second half. He sat a long time in the first half with foul trouble. He's out there along with Ian Kissel, Bray Wilson, Colt Rankenberger, and Cody Shively. So the original starters out there as well for the Knights. And I'll try to get that overlay off the screen here. Yes, couldn't click the X there, Derek. Kept clicking beside it. Ian Kissel on the drive gets to the baseline and misses it. He's missed several of those so far tonight. But good hustle for the offensive rebound. That's going to be a foul on Grant Pribble.
It's his second, if I'm correct.
There's your Subway scoreboard back on your computer screen for you. Thank you, Derek. Bluffton still in that tough man-to-man defense as Kissel tries to drive and travels. Yeah, he sure did. Just took that extra little hop step in the lane. I'll tell you what, that is not what Norwell excelled at in the first half. And they have to move the basketball and pass the basketball. As Norwell in that 1-3-1 trap. Sturgeon on the right wing. Gets away from Cody Shively. Bluffton being patient here, even though they trail by 15 points.
Well, that defense has their offense way outside the three-point line starting up. Really extended it out.
Tribble kicks to an open Kuhlenbeck in the corner. He misses badly. Cole with a nice turnaround underneath the basket. And that makes it a Norwell 13-point lead. Bluffton scored the last 6 points of this basketball game, so they're definitely on a run. Rinkenberger working against Cole. Norwell needs to go back to that patient ball movement offense, looking for cutters and open three-point shooters. Kissel being guarded by Tribble, and Tribble's done a good job on Ian all night tonight. He gets the ball back from Wilson as Kissel will kick to Shively. Shively with a quick trigger three. Cody yet to score tonight. Not able to connect on that one. 6 minutes left in this third quarter. Tribble left his feet there, able to get the pass away. In the corner is Barker. Barker must not be much of a three-point shooter, Scott.
No, he's not. And I'm shocked Norwell didn't trap the crap out of him right there, to be honest with you, because that could have been a turnover.
Kuhlenbeck with the entry pass to Cole, and Bluffton just, there's a long three by Grant Tribble. Well short. Up ahead to Wilson. Wilson gets it to Rinkenberger. Good ball movement there by the Knights, and they score their first points of the second half with 5:25 left here in the third. Another steal. Cody Shively with that one. Middleton quickly the other way. He's stripped by Aaron Sturgeon. It's off of Quinton.
Wow.
Again, I don't know how many times I have to preach this. Jump stop, for heaven's sake.
Yeah,
Norwell just doesn't do it.
And look for contact when you go up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That's a simple fundamental right there. That's something that should be taught, and it probably is in third grade.
I know he's teaching it to them.
But they just don't.
They're just not executing it.
1-3-1 again.
Yeah, and Philip Pearson back in there for the Tigers. He's roaming the baseline. Another steal. Cody Shively the other way. Again, no jump stop. Again, the Knights don't score, but Shively will go to the line this time.
Tribble's third, if I'm correct. Big foul.
Yeah, it is. As Grant, they can hardly afford for Grant Tribble to get in foul trouble.
Nope, they called it on
Sturgeon.
Sturgeon, my bad. It looked like it was on Grant.
That's Aaron's first foul.
The Knights have the Tigers doubled up here in the third quarter. Something pretty uncharacteristic of this rivalry.
Although their lead was as big as 19 points in the first half. Shively 1 of 2 from the line there. Sturgeon now handling it for the Tigers. A little bit different look for Bluffton. Tribble looking for that angle pass to the baseline, but Kissel doing a good job of shutting it down. That's Pearson in the corner. Now Sturgeon being guarded closely by Shively. Shively doing a great job on the top of that.
He's all over.
Trap as Kuhlenbeck, got away open for three. And Bluffton still from beyond the arc. There's a sloppy pass picked off by Grant Tribble. He'll take it to the hole, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Quentin Middleton, I believe.
He was one step away from a walk on that. He got bailed out.
That's the third foul on Quentin. He'll take a seat. Cole Wilson will be back in. Bluffton taking it out underneath their own basket. Open is Colin Barker from about 15 feet. Couldn't get it to go.
Ooh,
that's a tough call.
That's a bad call there.
As Cole Wilson appeared to get all basketball. It is a shooting foul, and it'll send Philip Pearson to the line to shoot a pair. That's first foul on Cole. Second on the team here in the second half. Both teams now with 2 fouls. Randy Hawkins, I don't believe, has yet used a timeout. I don't think they were charged on the Cody Shively official timeout.
Talked about Cole Wilson picking up his first foul here in the third quarter. That's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, it is. As Pearson keeps the Tigers perfect from the free throw line. 32-18 now, Norwell with just over 4 minutes to go. Nice drive by Kissel. Gets that Norwell lead back to 16. Sturgeon in the trap, tried to lean into it. Found Pribble. Pribble trapped there, finds Sturgeon. Boy, and Bluffton really having a hard time hitting shots as Pribble is tied up by Wilson. It'll remain Bluffton's basketball. 3:47 left here in the third. And Bluffton still.
They haven't made up any ground.
Yeah, they're not even trying to drive the basket. They're just 15 to 17 footers.
They're pulling up short.
Yeah, the sense of urgency doesn't really seem like it's there right now for Bluffton.
Yeah, they're really struggling trying to figure out this Norwell defense. Norwell's gone back to the man-to-man. Boy, that's a very difficult shot. About 18 foot on the turnaround for Pribble. That was more a hope than a shot. As Kissel wide open for 3, buries it, and you cannot give Ian Kissel that much time beyond the arc. He'll hit it 75% of the time. Sturgeon now with the pull-up jumper. And Kissel able to pull down the rebound. He'll head the other way. Wilson now into the lane. Scoops it up. Can't get it to go, but draws the foul.
He about got it.
That'll go on Grant Pribble, I believe. That'll be his
third.
Wow.
Boy, Bluffton just looks a little flustered on offense.
It's Norwell's defense. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I agree with you, Scott.
We haven't looked this bad, I'll say, all season.
As Wilson continues, Norwell struggles from the free throw line. Riley Stauffer checks back in for the Knights, replacing Colt Rinkenberger.
Well, you know what? I stand corrected. The fourth quarter of the Southern Wells game last week, we only scored like 4 points. So it's carrying over from that into that game.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, that explains it, as the Tigers just cannot seem to get a good angle to the basket. They've had a couple of good opportunities early on in the first quarter that they were able to convert. It's been very difficult for them so far, ever since that point. In the corners, Pearson. Oh, well, back to the 1-3-1. There it is. That's how you beat that trap. And Colin Barker with an easy layup. Good movement there without the ball for Colin. Results in an easy basket there for the Tigers. Wide open from beyond the arc is Cole Wilson. He buries another 3 for the Knights. And it's doubled up again, 40-20. 2:19 left here in the third.
He got away with carry.
Dribble, nice spin move in the lane. Gets it to go. Maybe that'll get Grant's confidence going a little bit here, as he has really struggled from the field tonight. Kissel being guarded by Pribble. Grant's got to be a little bit careful with those 3 fouls.
Yep.
Cody Shively, a little stop-and-go move. Riley Stauffer wide open. Can't get the 14-footer to go. And the offensive rebound pulled down by Kuhlenbeck. Pribble on the left side. Finds Sturgeon. Minute and a half left here now in the third. Tough shot by Sturgeon. Doesn't go down. And that was Cole Wilson that came down with the offensive rebound. Ian Kissel's going to be hit with it.
Grant just picked up his 4th.
I think that's going to go on Sturgeon. No, it was on Colin Barker. So
okay. Going back to who was the last kid from Norwell just made the shot? I forgot his name already. I'm sorry. Was it Wilson?
Cole Wilson hit the 3, yeah.
One thing I noticed, kids at home, if you're watching this, he set his feet when he grabbed that ball before he shot it. Not easy to do.
And, that's a great point, Scott, because that's something that Norwell's done well all night, and Bluffton has not.
Yeah.
Bluffton shooting a lot of turnaround, pull-up jumpers from that 15 to 17-foot range, off balance. Just not looking comfortable in their offense, as Norwell being patient here with an 18-point lead. 1:07 left in the quarter. Kissel will, almost had Stauffer backdoor there.
Just missed it.
Philip Pearson did a good job, though, of opening up to the ball on defense. Wilson finds Kissel. That's Cole Wilson, by the way. Kissel blocked again, and another block for Colin Barker. Bluffton heads the other way. Good split there by Pribble. The pull-up jumper, no good.
Man, that was falling.
Yeah. That's not Grant's game.
Nope.
You talked about it, Scott. He's going to pick up another. He should have picked up his fourth foul right there.
That's just not using your head.
Oh, my.
Colt Rinkenberger launching a three. Boy, you don't see that.
Wow. We'll hear from that, I bet.
Yeah. Especially with 18 seconds left. Cole Wilson trying for the steal, couldn't come up with it. Coach Hawkins telling Colt Rinkenberger, no, son, that's not your shot. 15.4 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Bluffton with the basketball.
In these type of games, you want to practice your end-of-quarter scenarios.
Right.
Hold on to the ball,
exactly right.
Stuff like that. Very important. I mean, this could come back to bite you, later on in the season.
Especially come tournament time.
Exactly.
Norwell in the 1-3-1. And Grant McMichael's out there at the top of the zone for the Knights. Sturgeon with the pull-up. 3 seconds on the clock. Kissel will try to get a shot off. He does not. Although the official had his hand up like he would have counted it, he did not get rid of that ball. The Knights maintain their lead here through 3 quarters. They lead the Tigers at Bluffton 40-24. We'll take a break and be right back.
This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
Well, welcome back to the Tiger Den. We head into the fourth quarter. Norwell still in command by 16.
Yeah.
Kissel, Bray Wilson, Quentin Middleton, Colt Rinkenberger, and Cody Shively on the floor for the Knights. For the Tigers, it's Colin Barker, Grant Pribble, Mitchell Kuhlenbeck, Aaron Sturgeon, and Philip Pearson. Norwell with the ball here to start this fourth quarter. Grant Pribble really getting physical with Ian Kissel. He's got to be careful.
That's frustration is what that is.
Yeah, he's got 3 fouls. Riley Stauffer wide open again, and he's missed his last couple shots. Excuse me, that was Drew Rinkenberger on that shot.
It's actually Colt Rinkenberger.
Yeah, I keep calling him Drew, his older brother. Sorry about that, Rinkenberger family. Pribble finds a wide open Colin Barker. He'll step back, shoot a 3, and bury it.
Big shot.
I'll tell you what, Norwell's got to improve their shot selection because Bluffton, there's another turnover. Middleton stolen away by Barker, and Colin Barker really turning it up here. Nice pass on the feed from Pribble, and Coach Hawkins now wants a timeout. Norwell's lead down to 11. 6:56 left in this one. We'll take a break and be right back.
The new Kaler Nickel Foundation Family YMCA 550 West Dustman Road in Bluffton is now open and invites you to stop by and take a tour of the new facility. When you join the Y, you're not just a member of a facility, you're part of a community, surrounded by friends as well as caring and knowledgeable staff. Here are just a few of the benefits of joining the Y. Unlimited participation in group exercise classes, free childcare while you work out, and free private health and wellness consultations. You don't want to miss out on all your local YMCA has to offer. To learn more, visit fwymca.org.
Well, welcome back. 6:56 left in this one, at least in regulation.
5-0 run.
Yeah, this thing is a long, long way from over.
Oh, yeah.
Bluffton making a late charge already. They've got a run going. Coach Hawkins utilized, I think, his first timeout. Might have been his second.
Yeah, we think it's his first.
I think you're right.
But anyway, Norwell has to keep going here. They got to be patient on offense. There's no reason to rush. Got to look for a quality shot.
You want to keep going to the basket because you start stalling, you're going to lose your momentum.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Lay the hammer down, like you said. You don't want to back off.
Bray Wilson handling it for the Knights. Cole Wilson still in there for Norwell. Now has it. Quentin Middleton took a seat coming out of that timeout. Quentin struggling, handling the basketball tonight. Several turnovers. And I don't think he scored either. Kissel. Woo! Boy, Kissel got bailed out on that one.
That's on Grant, too, I think. Well, maybe not.
No, it looked like it went against Philip Pearson. That's Pearson's second, fifth on the team.
And now the free throw game really comes into play. Norwell struggled from the line to this point. They've got to start knocking down free throws down the stretch.
Ian Kissel looked good on that one. And if you're going to put somebody at the line, Ian's the guy. I'll tell you, though, Scott.
Good shooter.
Norwell got bailed out on that one.
They did. I agree. I mean, the calls equal themselves out. I mean, we had one on Norwell, one on Bluffton.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually when they slap down at the ball, they're going to
blow what was he doing?
Boy, Bluffton just kind of lost focus there for a second, threw the basketball to Cody Shively.
Wow.
So Norwell gets it back on the turnover. That's Wilson on the wing. Riley Stauffer, who's played a very effective game so far tonight, gives it up to Shively in the corner. He's trapped, and Coach Hawkins is going to use a timeout.
I didn't know coaches could call timeout in high school.
Oh, yeah. They put that back into effect several years ago.
We talk about that all the time.
It's my least favorite rule.
In college, they can't now.
That's correct. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Norwell up by 7-15.
Pizza Hut is changing the way you think about pizza with their Flavor of Now menu. With over 2 billion combinations of new ingredients, crusts, and sauces, you can customize your pizza and take it where pizza has never gone before. But don't stress, all the old-time favorites are still available. At Pizza Hut, it's everything you've always loved about pizza and more. Order online now at pizzahut.com or download our mobile app. Pizza Hut Flavor of Now menu at your local Pizza Hut in Bluffton.
Norwell up 42-29 with the basketball. And stolen away. Good steal there by Tribble. Up ahead to Barker. Barker lays it up and in.
That's not what you wanted to do.
Boy, Norwell's gotten pretty sloppy here in this fourth quarter. Bad shot selection, bad turnovers.
All the way in, look at that.
Kissel throws up a wild shot and travels.
That's not their game plan from the first half. I don't know why they're going away from it.
Yeah, they're just getting a little flustered. And I think they're getting caught up in the game is what's happening.
Trying to do too much.
Right.
Bluffton can cut this down to a single-digit lead with a basket on this possession. Tribble traveled, got away with it, got the floater up and in. And it's a 9-point Norwell lead. Bray Wilson trying to regather the Knights here. The Knights need a basket on this possession.
Why?
Again.
Why?
Wilson forces it up, gets fouled on the offensive rebound.
Totally uncharacteristic from what they did in the first half. That doesn't make any sense.
And actually for the third quarter as well.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
It's not Bluffton's defense. They're just
making bad
going
decisions.
one-on-one.
Yep. Bray Wilson will go to the line. The foul was called on Sturgeon, just his second foul. 5:21 left.
Looks like they're still working on a little bit of a leak issue on this end. They continue to dry up the baseline area.
Well, that bucket's probably overflowing by now.
It could be.
Norwell had as large as a 20-point lead early in this second half, 40-20 at one point. So the Tigers have outscored the Knights 13-3.
It's hard to play catch-up, though.
And Norwell's lead back to 11 on that pair of Bray Wilson free throws. Norwell back in the 1-3-1. It's a little softer 1-3-1 than they were playing earlier. Sturgeon will launch a three, no good. And chase down his own rebound. That's great hustle by Aaron Sturgeon. Now Grant Pribble hauls down another Sturgeon miss. They'll reset.
Oh, boy. I thought he walked.
It was close. Pribble finds Sturgeon wide open in the corner again. Another miss.
Another offensive rebound.
And Colin Barker is going to be fouled on the drive. I think that's going to go on Riley Stauffer. Just the third team foul called on the Knights here in the second half. Riley Stauffer does pick up his first foul. 4:46 left. Barker being guarded by Cole Wilson. Pribble forcing it, blocked. Nice block by Wilson. Shively the other way, makes a good decision.
That was a big play.
As Wilson will set things up for the Knights. That's Bray Wilson, by the way. Bray and Cole, cousins on this Norwell basketball squad. Bray with a kick out to Stauffer. Stauffer finds Kissel. Kissel again forces it up. Bailed out.
Yep, bailed out.
As he had a wide open Cody Shively on the wing.
Yep, he just didn't. Kind of had tunnel vision once he got into the lane.
Yeah, they've won a lot more one-on-one the second half. Do they normally play that way? Or is it just...
Nope.
That's not the intent anyway.
No.
As the foul was called on Mitchell Kuhlenbeck.
Norwell actually does usually a really nice job of sharing the basketball. They move the
Good
ball well.
movement.
Okay. Right.
I mean, there's individual drives.
Sure.
There's a point on the way where they'll make a decision to kick or hit a cutter.
Right.
That they've done a good job at so far this year, and they've just kind of lost that rhythm here in the second half. You got to give Bluffton credit from a defensive standpoint.
If it's there, you got to take it.
Oh, Philip Pearson had a wide open lane. Colin Barker launches another
close.
Three. Doesn't touch anything. Good save by Sturgeon, but it was right to Cody Shively. Under 4 minutes left now. Oh, well, still leading by 13, and now a trap by the Tigers. Wilson on the wing.
That block shot the Knights had was big.
It really was.
Ago. That
really
was
stopped momentum. Stauffer from the corner throws up an air ball, and Riley hot early, has missed his last 3 or 4 shots. Pribble tries to drive. He's going to be fouled by Kissel.
Man, now they call a touch foul.
Yeah, it happens sometimes when you get late in the game. It happens.
That'll be Norwell's 4th team foul, second on Ian. Grant Pribble will inbound for the Tigers. Got that line set up. 4 guys in a line going on. Multiple picks. Pribble with a turnaround three.
Wasn't even set.
Yes, it'll be out of bounds and go to Norwell. He has really struggled from the field.
I'll have to figure it out.
3 of, I believe, 10 or 11 on the night. I think he was 2 of 6 in the first half.
Yeah, I know there for a couple games he had over 20
Got to get
points.
it across.
Yeah, they do. As Coach Hawkins uses his 3rd timeout of the second half. He's down to 2 left. It's a full timeout. 3:07 on the clock. Norwell leading by 13. We'll take a break and be right back.
This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den. This one's still a long way from over. 3:07 on the clock. Norwell does lead by double digits, a 13-point lead. They've got the basketball, but they have definitely looked out of sorts here in the second half. Riley Stauffer, and they've not hit the shots that they did in the first half either.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to match 80%.
Yeah, exactly.
My stats are right. I have Grant 4 for 14.
4 for 14. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Stauffer forces it up, can't get it to go. So the Knights and Sturgeon pulls down the rebound. He'll handle it against Cody Shively. Norwell has been in that 1-3-1 trap most of the night, and it's been pretty doggone effective, holding Bluffton to just 33 points to this point. Another miss. However, on the offensive rebound, Colin Barker gets it to go, and Coach Lysing will use a 30-second timeout. That gets the Tigers to within 11. And fellas, why don't we keep it here for this break? Bluffton's done a good job of trying to fight their way back in it, but Norwell making just enough plays, Scott, to maintain that double-digit lead.
Can't trade baskets now. Yeah. And, I mean, Bluffton has been used to getting off the quick starts all year and maintaining it. I mean, they got off to a decent start and just went flat and got in a hole. And I mean, it's hard to play from behind the whole year, the whole game. I mean, you use up a lot more energy. You get careless with the basketball, and it's just something that they haven't been accustomed to this big all season. So
now Bluffton's going to bring some full court pressure. Both coaches down to 2 timeouts, and Cody Shively.
Man,
is there a lot of contact there?
Yeah, there was contact. Yes, sir.
As Grant Pribble's definitely going to stay in this ball game, fellas.
He bumped him pretty good.
He's got 3 fouls. Well, you expect that at home. Well, Cody Shively bumping pretty good there as well. As Colin Barker again for 3, no good. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. Good hustle there by Pribble. Sturgeon with the turnaround, no good. And Bray Wilson comes out of there with it.
Seems like all of Bluffton's shots for really the entirety of the night have been forced.
Yeah.
They just seem a little
off balance, turnaround shots.
I agree. Good point.
Kissel loses the basketball.
Man.
And he's going to be fouled. We'll see who this is on. It could be on several different people. I think it's going to go in Sturgeon. Yeah.
4 shots come from good defense, not running your offense, not setting your feet, being off balance. I mean, Norwell has a lot to do with that. I mean, they have definitely got in the Tigers' house tonight when it comes to defense and getting them out of whack. I mean, kudos to them. Great game plan.
Kissel at the line shooting 1 at bonus and missed the front end. Norwell staying in that trap. Sturgeon. Barker, who's really been the renaissance man for Bluffton here in the second half. It's Aaron Sturgeon with a long 3. Makes it an 8-point Norwell lead. Norwell trying to get it in. Shively finally. Working against Sturgeon now. Wilson. Wilson trapped in the corner now.
Oh, boy, here we go.
3-on-2 break for the Knights. Kissel finds Cole Wilson. Cole Wilson short-armed it. Fortunately for the Knights, Colt Rinkenberger there to pull down the offensive rebound. And a foul is going to be called.
That's Grant's fault.
I think that's going to go on. Yep, you're right, Scott.
Yeah, he swatted behind.
Grant Pribble's 4th foul.
Yeah, he just kind of reached in.
Well, free throw shooting game.
Yeah, the Knights still in the 1 and bonus situation. That's the 9th team foul on the Tigers. And Bray able to crawl that one over the front of the rim. 1:13 left on the clock.
Boy, now gotta think that's probably a good turning point for the Knights. If they don't get the ball across half court, this could be a 5-point game.
Yep, sure could.
Well, and a couple of big free throws makes it a 4-possession game for the Knights. Sturgeon drives and is going to draw a foul. And I'll tell you, that's at this point in the ball game, Norwell needs to stay away from stopping the clock. The foul's going to go on Ian Kissel, his third. 15th foul on the Knights. That's Barker way beyond the three-point line. Tribble launches a tough three in the corner. Can't get it to go. He'll launch another three from the wing. Off with a hand in his face. And that foul's going to go on Philip Pearson.
One of those nights from the field.
Yeah. We talk about that all the time. To be a really good team, you have to find a different way to win if you can't knock it down.
Yeah.
Exactly. Our problem all year is having a consistent third scorer.
Right.
And we've been doing it, but tonight, no way.
With the, of course, Grant Tribble being the primary scorer.
Primary, correct.
And then Barker, would you see him as the kind of the secondary scorer?
Kuhlenbeck's had some good games. Barker, Dakota Cole. I mean, it's usually the past few games, one of the other guys has stepped up. And he made that, didn't he?
He did. Quentin Middleton checks back in, and Cole Wilson sets down. 55.5 left.
5 free throws this quarter. Make it 6.
Yep. Big free throws for the senior. Norwell back up by 12, under a minute to go. Norwell just needs to not foul. They're still trapping out of that 1-3-1 press.
Wow.
There's another steal. Cody Shively, as Kuhlenbeck just kind of threw it right to him, Scott.
I tell you what, if there's some scouts here, they're finding out how to beat Bluffton. Press them.
Trap them. Yep. Now Norwell's just going to play keep away with 30 seconds left on the clock. Up. Kissel throws it away. Fortunately, it bounces to Middleton. Middleton lost his dribble. Now he hands it back to Kissel. Kissel will throw it out of bounds. And Bluffton will get it back with 18.6 seconds. Norwell, though, with a 12-point lead. The Norwell cheer section chanting that they think they'll win. I'd say the odds are pretty good.
I think so.
As Norwell fights over the offensive rebound, Tribble gets hammered by Colt Rinkenberger.
Why?
He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Why do you need to commit that foul?
Well, I think it's just unfamiliarity with the situation, Derek.
Right. And it's his first year of organized basketball, and that'll happen.
Really?
It is.
Yeah, he's never played basketball before.
Now, which kid are you
talking about? At least that's what we've been told. Number 30, Colt Rinkenberger. As the one spot that Grant Tribble's been perfect from tonight's been the free throw line. Knocks down another pair. This one's going to end up a victory for the Knights. 1.3 left on the clock. Norwell will go to 4-4 on the season. They'll give Bluffton their first loss. And there's the buzzer. Norwell comes away with a big road victory. Certainly considered an upset win for the Knights. And in this rivalry, it's always a big win.
It's always a big win, absolutely.
Yep, Norwell will definitely take it on the road and be happy about it. We'll do some figuring, be back with some stats and the post-game show after these words from our sponsors.
The Big Philly Cheesesteak. Every meat lover's dream. With lots of steak smothered in melted cheese, it's easy to see why this classic is the taste that Philly is so proud of. Subway melts loaded up with your favorite fresh fixins and lots of ooey-gooey melty cheese. They're the ultimate in flavor. For a limited time only, try the chicken cordon bleu or the chicken marinara melt. It's melted goodness made irresistible. Subway of Bluffton. Eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you on North Main and inside Walmart.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has Friday Night Trio League for ages 4 through 19 with sign-ups going on now. This 10-week league is at 7 p.m. on Fridays for $8.25 per week for 3 games and shoes. Also on Friday, it's Friday Fun from noon to 6 p.m. Bowl for just $1 and shoe rental is only 50 cents. The Bowling Center, 1231 South Scott Street in Bluffton. Visit bowlbluffton.com.
Hotcakes, Better by Design, 2829 East State Road 124 in Bluffton, is a leader in custom screen-printed t-shirts and embroidered apparel. Hotcakes is a company that focuses on taking care of their customers efficiently while offering superior custom garments at an affordable price. Hotcakes handles every step of the design from start to finish in their state-of-the-art production facility. Custom-printed t-shirts are a great way to promote your business or club, and the pros at Hotcakes, Better by Design will help you with the perfect design. Hotcakes, Better by Design, on State Road 124 in Bluffton. Hi, this is Dale from The Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. Pizza Hut is changing the way you think about pizza with their Flavor of Now menu. With over 2 billion combinations of new ingredients, crusts, and sauces, you can customize your pizza and take it where pizza has never gone before. But don't stress, all the old-time favorites are still available. At Pizza Hut, it's everything you've always loved about pizza and more. Order online now at pizzahut.com or download our mobile app. Pizza Hut Flavor of Now menu at your local Pizza Hut in Bluffton.
La 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 la.
Hey Jane, what are you so happy about?
Well, I am happy and excited for Christmas this year. Don't you realize that we have the best selection of gifts at Daniel's Jewelers this Christmas?
Hi, this is Dan and Jane from Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton. And Jane's right. Daniel's Jewelers can help you with the gifts she'll really want this Christmas.
You can't go wrong with diamonds, shimmering pendants, tennis bracelets, or the new Together diamonds when 1 + 1 makes us. You can choose the latest silver fashions and our SteelX line, stainless steel jewelry under $100.
If you're tired of all the high pressure at the mall or someone trying to sell you a designer name rather than a quality piece of jewelry at an affordable price, come and experience Daniel's Jewelers in Bluffton on Highway 1 just north of Lowe's.
Daniel's Jewelers, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Welcome back to Bluffton, the Tiger Den, where the Knights come away with a big road win. We've got senior Ian Kissel with us here for the post-game show. And, Ian, you got to feel pretty good about the effort tonight from the Knights.
Yeah, definitely. You know, coming in here, it's never easy. And that's
right.
What, Hawkins said, before and after the game. And coming in and, everything wasn't perfect, but we played really, really hard. I feel like it was just good to see that effort and that energy.
It really felt like the first half was probably as good as you played all year long as far as a half of basketball.
Yeah, definitely. We were really unselfish with the basketball.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know we had some shots that we could have taken, but we passed it up, and we really were hitting that first half, so that helped a lot.
Yeah, hit a huge percentage in the first half, 12 of 15, I think, in the first half.
Yeah.
So that's what we had you for anyway, which is huge. But they were easy shots beyond the threes.
Yeah, definitely. Those drives and kickouts were there, and we knew they were going to, they watched the previous tapes, see me and Bray, and we knew our guys could step up and hit shots, and they did.
Yeah, they really did. Riley Stauffer, huge.
Yeah, that was
off
huge.
The bench for you tonight. But really solid road win. There's a couple other guys I want to talk to here as well. Thanks for joining us so much. Good game tonight, Ian.
Thank you.
All right, I think Colt Brinkenberger joining us. When was the last time you had a headset on, Colt? Football season, right?
No, I didn't do it.
You didn't get it up there?
Okay.
Because I didn't get to do all the games. Well, glad to have you up here for the first time.
Well, thank you.
Huge win tonight against the rival Bluffton Tigers. An interesting story. Now that I've got you up here, I want to get straight from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
Is this the first organized basketball you've played?
Yeah.
That's what our understanding was. And normally we talk about the game, but this is such an interesting story. Tell me how you got here. What was your process as far as going out for the team?
I don't know. Ian Kissel came to me this summer and just was like, "Hey, we need a big man."
Yep.
And he's like, "Would you come try out?" And I said, "I'll think about it." I had football. It was my first year of football.
Yeah.
So I went and did football, and then he came to me a week before basketball started and was like,
"Oh, wow.
try it." And I was
much time.
So it was right at the last minute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well,
I'll tell you, young man, you're a great story. We love watching you play football this year. Not expecting you, obviously, to come out for the basketball team. But I know we're happy, and I know Coach Hawkins is awful happy to have you out there as well.
I'm glad to be on this team.
Well, you should be. Got back to 4-4 with the win tonight.
Yep.
4 in a row. Got a lot of good momentum here going into Christmas.
We do.
Thanks for joining us here on the post-game show.
Good game. Congratulations.
We've got one other senior we're going to talk to real quick, Bray Wilson. He's going to pop the headset on. And Bray, thanks for joining us. Great game tonight.
Thank you.
Young man, I thought I was talking to Ian. Thought the first half of basketball was as good as I've certainly seen you play all year.
Yeah, we came out with a lot of energy. We were ready for this game, and I thought we played terrific first half as well.
And I thought you really kept, even though the shots didn't fall as much in the second half, maybe not as good a shot selection, but the defense was one constant.
Right, we brought the defensive energy, and if the shots aren't falling, then we can always pick up on the defensive end, and that's a good thing to have as a team.
The 1-3-1 just was never able to be figured out by Bluffton tonight.
Right, they were not comfortable coming down with the 1-3-1. They didn't like it at all.
Yeah, it forced a lot of tough shots from them all night long. Well, great win. You got to feel good about where the team is right now heading into the Christmas break.
Yes, sir. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And we'll see you again next Tuesday at Huntington. Who are you guys playing first game? You know?
I don't know.
Don't know. They don't tell you those things. Yeah, they don't tell us either.
Just show up.
Yeah, so just show up and
we'll
play.
We'll be ready, though. Whoever it is.
But we appreciate you joining us here during the post-game show.
Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bray.
It.
3 senior knights, Bray Wilson, Ian Kissel, and Colt Rinkenberger. Glad to be able to share Colt's story with the watching and listening audience tonight. I don't know if either coach is going to make it up.
It just blows me away. You know you're getting old when guys are a year behind you in high school, kids are almost ready to graduate.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
Yeah, we are getting old, Scott. There's no doubt about
it.
But you're never going to catch me.
No, I won't. I won't.
Well, some stats to share with you here. Why don't you go through those, Derek, on the screen, and then we'll get the individual scoring from Scott.
Yep. On the field goal percentage, Norwell led that 47 to 34%. From the free throw line, Bluffton was 6 for 6 for 100%. Norwell was 68%. From the three-point line, that might have been the difference in the game. Norwell shot 58%. Bluffton shot just 12%. Tigers out-rebounded the Knights 20 to 13. Had 5-1 on the blocks, and both teams had 11 turnovers to this point. And Scott, I know you got some individual stats you want to share with us.
Yeah, I do. Let's start with the victorious Norwell Knights. Cody Shively with 1, Ian Kissel with 10, Kissel with 12, Wilson with 10, Quentin Middleton for 9, Rinkenberger with 4, and Bray Wilson with 14. That adds up to 50.
Actually, that was Riley Stauffer with 9.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Riley Stauffer.
Yep.
My bad.
Yeah, because I just knew that Quentin didn't
score. Who did I
score.
say? I can't read my own writing. Good
That's
Lord.
all right.
Okay. For Bluffton, who is at 6-1, Grant Pribble with 10, Sturgeon with 9. We have Pearson with 4, Colin Barker with 15, and Dakota Cole with 2, equals 40.
Yeah, it sure does. Good job on the scorebook tonight. I know you're.
It's a different way than what I'm used to keeping it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got a lot of stats, though.
You did.
We did.
You did.
And that was a team effort.
I don't see how you can do it by yourself.
We had.
It's hard. I
did.
I had to try to do it, but the only thing I could keep track of was field goals. That's it.
Yeah,
see, I don't even keep track of field goals. I just do free throws, rebounds, turnovers, blocks, and all that stuff.
There he is. Typically, Scott, don't feel bad, because typically when I do it myself, when I'm doing play-by-play and keeping the book, I'm only keeping field goals, free throws, turnovers and fouls.
That's still a lot.
That's all I can
That's
get.
Still a lot.
Well, but it's 7 years of doing it,
yeah,
too.
Right,
so.
right.
Victorious head coach Randy Hawkins. Coach, you really got to feel good about this one tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it's you coming in here, Bluffton 6-0, tough place to play, very well coached. We got to be ready. We got to be ready to go from the tip, and I thought we started a little slow, but we got going. So.
Well, but you stopped them from getting off to a good start.
Yeah.
They've been getting off to a good start. Scott shared with us in every game of their first 6 victories.
And I think that's important when you come in with the Norwell Bluffton game. I think it's important to get off to that good start and make the other team really work. We stayed in our 1-3-1. Our defense was tremendous.
It really was.
Not only they had some easy shots but they missed them. I think it's because we're there.
Yeah.
We're right there with them, and we're moving quick. We got our hands moving. We're moving our feet. We frustrated Bluffton. I think at times. I think Pribble was frustrated, but that's credit to our defense. That it's working. And there's a couple times where we gave us some layups. And I thought, oh gee, but we come down with the rebound.
Yeah.
Rinkenberger was in there really working hard, and that's how we need to play. We got to use our speed and our quickness. We don't have any size, obviously, so we got to do the little things on defense to create some offense to get some easy ones.
I thought you did a good job of closing out on the beyond the arc too. We had Bluffton 2 of 17 from beyond the 3-point line.
That's not like them at all. You look at Sturgeon and Pribble as key shooters. I think actually Barker hit one of them.
He did.
That's not normal. I don't think.
No, it's not. He's usually driving.
He's usually the driver out of the group, but. With him hitting one of them, so I don't know who hit the other 3, but maybe Sturgeon.
I think
Sturgeon hit that one right over here. But it's just the feeling uncomfortable out there. When you're running at players, running at them, you're like, okay, where's he coming from? And you're going up thinking about the defense coming at you. That's totally different than having a set look and just coming out on them in a man-to-man. So again, it's our speed and our quickness. That's what we got to do to create turnovers. Again, we're not going to out-rebound any team. But we got to win the turnover battle. You got to take care of the ball, and I think in the first half we took care of the ball. I think we had 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
They turned it over a few times, and so we got to continue doing that. That's us. That's how we need to play.
So what made you choose a 1-3-1? That's the first. I've done all the Bluffton games this year. That's the first time anybody's ran that on them, and you were very successful. It's usually a 2-3 that teams do.
We've done a 1-3-1 at Norwell for a long time since I've been there. It's never been a defense where we just stay with it the entire game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we stood that against the Cow for the most part. We stayed with it. We frustrated a 6'8" kid there, and frustrated some other players on our team, rushed some shots. So we knew they'd be ready. We knew that they would put East Noble in and some of these, the other flashers in there. But we just had to stay with our game plan and stick with it, knowing we just got to make some adjustments and use our speed and our quickness and frustrate them. And as long as it works, we're going to stick with it.
I agree, 100%.
At one point I did say, do we stick with this? Because I got a little nervous there in the fourth quarter. Do we want to go to man? But man, though, they do a nice job their offense. They didn't do the triangle. We were dead on about triangle, about what we need to do with that. They went to another offense, it looked like. We stayed with our 13, and we played hard, and give the guys credit.
Yeah, they did a great job tonight. 4 wins now in a row, back to 500 for this team. Certainly in a good spot going into the tournament next week. Who is your first game against next week, Coach?
We get to play Merrillville.
Okay.
They're last time I looked, number 3 in the state overall. Hamilton Southeastern then after that at 4 o'clock. We play them at 10, Merrillville at 10, Hamilton Southeastern at 4. A couple weeks ago they were ranked in the top 20. I believe they fell out, but they're still a quality team. But that's fine. I look at these are some quality teams we're going to be playing, but that's going to get us. That's going to prepare us.
Absolutely.
I care less about wins and losses right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good to get wins. It's good. I wanted to come into this place tonight to just get better.
Yeah.
To work on some things, to look at what we need to work on. Look at our rotation. Teach the guys. Just different situations, things that we need to do differently, and we could do some things differently at the end of the game. Instead of shooting ball here and there, we
talked about that.
Yeah. But that's a guy that's not been in that situation before. So we're learning. Our first 4 games, we're in that situation. We had guys that are just brand new. I mean, Colt Rinkenberger's never played. I mean, you can go right down the line.
Sure.
But now they're learning. They're getting the spots. I'm learning them. Our coaching staff's learning. Understanding them, and we're getting better. We're working together, working well, playing hard. That's what it's all about.
It's a process. It's not
a process.
That's for sure.
It's just marathon. It's
exactly.
a marathon. It's not a sprint. This is one game, as far as I'm concerned. Coming in here, just play and get better. So I'm happy for the seniors. There's obviously 4 in a row for them against Bluffton. It's a big deal for them. Not so much for me. It's just another game, but just get better.
Yep. Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Great game. And, folks, we do have one more order of business to take care of here between the fellows and myself. We need to name a couple of players of the game. And, Scott, I'll tell you what, why don't you make the call for Bluffton tonight? Who are you going to go with?
Let's go with Barker. He had 15.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. He really picked up the Tigers in the second half. Had almost all of his points, I think, in the second half.
He did, yeah.
As well as really giving them some great defense underneath with block shots and really active defense. So great call on Colin Barker as the New Holland Tri-County Player of the Game for the Tigers. And Derek, not even going to argue with you tonight. Who's your Norwell Player of the Game?
Yeah, there's 2 guys that come to mind, and it's Ian Kissel and Bray Wilson. And for me, the guy that impressed me more was Bray Wilson. Ian Kissel struggled a little bit in the lane. He just couldn't quite get anything going on the penetration. He did it really well on Friday against DeKalb, but just couldn't get it going tonight. I'm going with Bray Wilson.
Well, I think that's a good call as well, the senior for the Knights. He had
6 big free throws in the fourth quarter.
Those were absolutely huge. He led the scoring for the Knights with 14. I believe there,
yes,
Scott.
That's correct.
So your New Holland Tri-County players of this game between rivals Bluffton Tigers and Norwell Knights, Bray Wilson for the visitors and Colin Barker for the home team. I'll tell you what, big win for the Knights tonight. Scott, sure enjoyed working with you tonight.
Same here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me along.
No problem. One last time, your final score, Norwell 50, Bluffton 40 for Derek Decker. Scott Baker, this is Greg Van Meter saying have a great, safe, and wonderful Merry Christmas, everybody. We hope that you get to spend a lot of good time with family and friends, and be safe out there on the roads as well.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.